Hello, my name is Joseph Lee, and this is the YLOC Lesson 4 for first graders. So here on the first page, we have questions about value. The first one asks us to write the numbers in correct value. Now what that means is just simply looking at each of these phrases and determining what the value of these phrases is. So let's do the first one. 3 tens and 8 ones. 3 tens is equal to 30 because 3 tens, which is 10 plus 10 plus 10, and 8 ones, which is 8, which is 1 plus 1 until we have 8 ones. And then if we add 30 plus 8, we get 38. Let's do number 6. 0 tens and 0 ones. Well, obviously, 0 tens is just 0 since we don't have anything, and so is 0 ones. So if we add this together, we get 0. And note that we add this together because we have the keyword and. So whenever we see and, we're probably going to add. Let's go to the next question. Write the correct value of the highlighted number. Now, what it's asking here is to not find the value of the whole number, but only the highlighted number. So let's try question 1. The 2 in the ones place means that the 2 is worth 2 ones because it is in the ones place. So we know that 2 ones is just 1 plus 1, which is 2. Let's do number 7. Again, we have a number in the ones place, but this time it's 7. So it's worth 7 ones, which is 1 plus 1 plus 1 until we have 7 ones, which is 7. Let's move on to page 2. Now here we're doing addition and subtraction, but we're using a couple different methods. The first method is covering this box model. Now let's do number 3. So here it's asking us what is 4 plus 5. Now using this method, we shade in the amount of boxes that are specified by the first number, which is 4. So let's quickly shade in 4 boxes. And then we have 5 boxes to shade in more. So let's do that really quick. 5 boxes. And now that we have done that, we can count the number of boxes that have been shaded in, and we should get our answer. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes that are shaded in. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Let's move on to number 7. So here we have 5 roses minus or to take away 3 roses. So we're taking away 3 roses from 5 roses. So we can picture this by crossing out 3 roses from the first 5, and we see that we're left with only 2 roses, which gives us our answer 2. Now finally, let's try number 12. So here we have 56 plus 10. Now this might seem a little complicated at first because we're adding 56, which is a pretty large number. We can just split it up into easier pieces to which we can then add the smaller pieces to get our answer. So instead of directly adding 56 and 10, we can split 56 into 50 plus 6, because 50 plus 6 is 66, plus 10, which is just 10. And now we can add 50 plus 10, which is significantly much easier than just adding 56 plus 10 straight away. And then we get 60. And then we add the plus 6, to which we get 66, which is also our answer. So 56 plus 10 is 66. Let's move on to page 3. Now here it says, now here we're dealing with time. Now the first question says, write the correct hour and minute on the clock. So first, let's just label this really quick. So this is 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And here we know that for a minute hand, each of these numbers are multiplied by 5. So at 12, we have 60, or 0, because we're starting over, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and then 55. Okay, so now we have question 1 done. Let's move on to question 4. Question 4. And it's asking us, what does this clock, or what time this clock is representing? So we have the minute hand on the pointing to the number 12, and then the hour hand pointing to the number 1. Now, whenever the minute hand is pointing to a 12, or the 12, we know that the time is whatever number the hour hand is pointing to. So in this case, it's 1. It's this number, o'clock. So I think if that doesn't make sense, we can see it better in an example. So let's say the hour hand was pointing to the number 2. So it would be this number, the number the hour hand is pointing to, 2 o'clock. And the o'clock comes from the minute hand, which is pointing to the 12. But in this case, the hour hand is pointing to the 1. That means it's 1 o'clock. Let's move on to the final page. Page 4, word problems. Now let's start off with number 1. Now, before we get into it, always remember to underline important things. Students brought 20 chairs, that seems important, into the new classroom, and soon they realized that they needed a few more chairs, so they brought in 12 more chairs. Now here comes the question. How many chairs are there in total? And the reason why I circled the phrase in total is because that usually means that we're going to have to add something. So we have two numbers here, which we're probably going to add. So let's add 20 chairs initially and 12 chairs, which they brought in after. And adding 20 plus 12, we get 32 chairs in total. Let's do one last problem. Number 4. At school, Emma gets 7 presents, that's important, from her friends. At home, she gets 4 presents from her family members, and then she buys 1 present for herself as well. How many presents did she get in total? We see in total again, so we should immediately think of addition. Now, Emma has 7 presents that she got from her friends, 4 presents from her family members, and 1 present that she just bought for herself. Now, let's do a bit of mental math. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5. And 7 plus 5 is 12, which is our answer, 12 presents. That was it for worksheet 4. Thank you for listening.